system. But I read every single one of your comments.
I did something, and I think I tore something. I can barely lift it. Anyway,
Short intro aside, let's get started.
Look, it's stuck in Minneapolis.
I made some new merch designs. Do you like them? I don't know. I think they're pretty cool. Link in bio. Hey, friends who live in Canada. What do you think of
I've been to
Canada?
What do I think of Canada? Let's see. Well, when the snow melts, you get to witness the minefield of dog poop that people didn't pick up. It's cold, but I like the cold
Well, I mean,
because you can keep layering until you're warm. But in the heat, you can only get so naked. And then you just have a sunburn on your butt.
Every summer I leave Arizona to visit my family in Canada because we like seeing them and they're really great. And yeah, we also don't like to live in a volcano. We normally have a non-stop flight, but this one particular trip we decided to do a layover to save some money. I think it was July 2012, so I was like 14. A couple days before our flight, my mom realized that my brother Jack's and my passports were expired. Well, this is either gonna go over well, or it isn't.
I just told you when I went to Canada.
Oh, it was so much worse. We got to the flight check-in and they said, hey, these passports are expired. Obviously. But it was only by a little bit, so the guy was nice and said, okay, I'm gonna let you all through and inform your layover about what's happening. But get those renewed soon. So we were like, hey, crisis averted.
I feel like they can get
Wait,
so much
there's
trouble
still 95% of the video left. That's because we were wrong. We landed in Minneapolis and the people said, hey, these passports are expired. Obviously. Oh, yeah, we're sorry about that. The man at the Phoenix airport let us off with a warning and said he contacted you about everything, and...
Out where?
Well, crap, I think we're actually stuck in Minneapolis. I guess this is our new home now. Get used to it, kids. So it was my scared mom and her 2 expired children stranded in this obscure city. We went to a pharmacy, which for some reason also takes passport photos, but we had to wait until the passport place opened the next morning. Mom was having an aneurysm panic attack, but didn't want us to worry, so she was like, hey kiddos, time for an adventure. Adventure time! She took us to the Mall of America, which is the biggest, craziest mall in America, with 4 floors of shops, entertainment, a mirror maze, bowling, roller coasters, aquarium. I've never seen anything like it. There were so many things to do. How could we choose what to do first? Roller coasters in a mall? 4 floors? A kid's paradise? People get married in that mall. We ate at the food court for 20 minutes and left because it was closing for the night. We found a hotel and slept in our clothes, even though we had our luggage. I remember on the light rail I said to Mom, you know, I really like it here. Like the oblivious child I was, not knowing the weight of the actual circumstances. Having a grand old time listening to a High School Musical playlist on an iPod and playing with my stuffed animals. I freaking love stuffed animals. As a kid, I couldn't sleep without them. My favorites were Raoul the Mouse and
Anyway, move on.
I've had them for years. Anyway, luckily, Minneapolis is one of the few places that has 1-day turnaround for passports for the cost of an arm, a leg, and your entire savings. So in the morning, we had to check out of the hotel, run to the passport place, and make it to the airport in time for our new flight. It's gonna be a tight schedule, but it was doable. We were on our way to get the passports when, in the middle of transit, I realized, Mom, I forgot my stuffed animals in the hotel.
Oh no!
There we go.
Oh no! Oh no!
But no, it's alright. I don't need them. It's okay, really. It's not a big deal. I left Raoul and Ringo in the hotel, and Mom was already having a mental stress breakdown, and I was not at all wanting to contribute to any more of that. But Mom, being the kick-butt awesome parent she is, defeatedly pulled out her phone.
How?
Hello, yes, we just checked out this morning. Would you check room 421 to see if there's 2 stuffed animals in there?
Oh man.
Ma'am, there's someone currently occupying that room.
Wait, really? They
And
didn't clean
that
it?
was super weird to hear because we literally just left the hotel. How did someone already fill up the room?
Yeah.
Turns out we just called the
didn't
wrong
clean-
hotel, so we got transferred to the right one, and they
God.
said they'd hold them for
I
us
was
to
gonna
quickly
say.
pick up. So now the schedule was arrive at the passport place right as it opens at 8 a.m., get passports, run back to the hotel to
wasn't a
grab
lot of
Raoul and
sleep.
Ringo, rush to the airport before our 1 p.m. flight, and I'd also like to point out that the last shuttle to the airport leaves at 12 p.m., so if we miss that
This is also
shuttle,
for, like, Uber and
we're screwed. Remember, things were different back in the
This
days
is
of
stressful.
2012
Yeah.
BU. Before Uber.
Oh, this is
Back
back
then,
before
the idea of
Uber,
paying to jump in a car with an unlicensed stranger wasn't very popular. At the passport place, we walked up to the desk, and the first thing they said was, so both parents are present, correct?
What?
Actually, he's 1,645 miles away.
Oh my
That's
god.
obviously.
No, there was a solution. We could get in contact with Dad, send him a form to fill out, get it notarized,
What
which
you
means
need?
legalized by a
Is it-
notary, which
Yeah.
means a person licensed by the
the
government
notarizing
approves
stuff
it,
is-
which...
Yes.
Okay, we don't have time for this. We have to
very
prove the paper is
complicated.
legal, but there's a
Overcomplicated.
problem to that solution.
What?
It's 8
What is the
a.m. in
problem?
Minneapolis, but 6
What is-
a.m.
Oh, the time.
in Arizona,
Oh,
which means
time zone,
notarizing
dude. How does it
places
work?
aren't
That's a joke.
open.
That's just a joke I do with my
Oh my god.
Now,
Dang
my
it.
mom
My
knows
friend
a lot
went
of
to
people, and one of her
Ontario,
best
and I was
friends
like,
is
oh,
actually an
you're a different
accountant,
time
which
zone.
means
Like,
she
yeah, I'm
can get it notarized when she goes into work and get it sent back super quickly. Which, what are
Okay.
the odds of that? Mom, we should buy a lottery ticket if we actually get to Canada. So quick!
Probably.
Woke Dad, got the form
Canada
filled,
have a lottery?
called the friend, did the thing, got the thing back, and somehow everything was accepted and we weren't expired children anymore. And off we were running down the city to get back to the hotel to grab Raoul and Ringo.
Running across.
Okay, I'm gonna insert a tiny story detail. We left our luggage at the hotel so we wouldn't have to be dragging it everywhere, which means we would have had to get back to the hotel anyway. But it's much more intense to think that grabbing the stuffed animals was an extra step we didn't have time for, so shh, we're gonna continue. We were sprinting to catch the light rail. Jax and I were running ahead, and for some reason Mom's knee started hurting and she started slowing down.
No,
Are you
not the
okay?
ACL.
And she was
Go
just
on
like, go,
without
go,
me."
I'll catch up, just get to the train, go without me!
Save yourself.
We sonicked into the hotel, grabbed Raoul and Ringo, and the luggage we were already coming back for, reached the shuttle before it left, and finally fell into the airport.
But you had to get onto the plane. And then you're like, oh, yeah, your plane's
Sitting
gonna
at
wait
our
3
gate,
hours.
waiting for the plane to swoop us off to Canada land with their moose and their poutine and Niagara Falls.
Well, technically,
Niagara
Niagara
Falls
Falls is
is
made up of
crazy.
3 different waterfalls, and the U.S. actually owns 2 of them. But I guess Horseshoe Falls is the biggest
Yeah,
and most
Horseshoe.
popular, so...
Mom
The
suddenly
Venetian.
realized that she forgot my dad's
Thanks.
letter at the passport
Thanks for
showing
the
that both
information,
parents
Thomas.
consent to us, the innocent, helpless,
Thanks
pathetic
for-
children, crossing the border. In the past, security always asks us to show that consent paper, so Mom couldn't
What? I
even
guess
have a
that's,
relaxing
you know,
plane ride being
so parents
stressed
are
out of
split
her
up, they
mind
just
that
take
we
the
would
kids to a different
land
country.
and still couldn't pass the border. After all
Shall we say?
that, she didn't tell us she was worried because she was already doing a frickin' dang good job of hiding the weight of what was going
Yeah.
on, so she held it in the entire flight. But she told us afterwards and we gave her a slow clap. We deserved more, but we were kids. That's all we had. We approached
Yeah.
the security booth,
Hi,
gave them our
we're
shiny
here.
new passports. They looked at my mom, my brother, and me.
Yeah, they're just like, you've been through a lot, haven't
Have
you?
a fun time in Canada.
Oh.
They didn't
That's
ask
it.
that time! My mom, every time she
great.
tells this story, always says, they always ask. They always ask. They didn't
Oh,
ask this
oh.
time. Oh, the frick even. They always ask!
Are
That was it.
Are you
Be happy.
That's Canada.
Be happy.
That's it.
New phrase.
Wow, that was a lot of effort to come here.
Yeah, I mean, Canada's alright, but you guys have that Mall of America.
Okay, yeah, sure,
Yeah.
cool. But I mean, we have West Edmonton Mall, which has an indoor water park and a theme park.
Wait, really? That exists?
You also have Connor McDavid.
Well, I guess that automatically puts us on top then.
We were always
you're
on
our
top,
hat,
Dom.
so.
We are America's hat.
Yeah.
Woo, yeah, Canada. I had to
Man,
ask
I
my mom
love
the
this. I
timeline
love
of events
this.
during the whole
And,
thing because I was young.
I'm still a little
Yeah.
bit confused when it comes to the
and forgetting my stepdad.